There are some things that are guaranteed in life. One of them is taxes. Nobody likes it when the letter from the IRS comes, and now you must pay the government your money. However, there is a certain turnip that does not want to pay taxes, and today we're going to follow his journey. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion Journey. We start off our journey by getting our tax bill, and it seems because we own a greenhouse that we have to pay $143,000 in property tax. Well, here's the first lesson in tax evasion that we learned from our friend Turnip Boy. When you get your tax bill, just rip it in half, and now you don't need to pay taxes. But that was too good to be true. And it didn't work, and now the mayor of Veggieville, Mayor Onion, has now seized our greenhouse, and to pay off our debt, we need to work as his assistant. His first order to us is to go to Bustling Barn through the layer lane and take care of some animals over there. Before we even start, if we check the mailbox, this will happen.
You found your first head. A DLC head. Okay. Is it that? A valve? Okay. There's also a knife head. A turkey head. Well, there's a lot of DLC for this game. How many heads do I have?
Well, to go to the layer and lane, first we need to cut off some grass that is blocking the way. If you talk to the beat next to the grass, he'll tell you that to pass through the grass you'll need a sword, and then we can pick up one in the weapon woods. While traveling to the weapon woods, we pick up a watering can, only to then talk to the old man Lemon, and he'll ask you if you saw his watering can, and how much that watering can means to him. Well, I'm pretty sure it's not his, so let's just keep going. On the woods, we meet our first enemy, the snail. Since the snails are vegetarian, we have to dodge them. After dodging the snails, we meet a blueberry that talks about how Jerry, also a snail, has been crashing out at his place, but hasn't paid rent yet. Make sure to remember this conversation, it will be important. We also speak with the carrot, where she tells us that she was babysitting a small carrot, but lost sight of her. This is also a very important conversation to remember. A little up north from where we speak with the carrot, we find a wanted poster of us for tax evasion, where our bounty is only $1? We have over $143,000 in debt, and the reward for catching us is $1? That's disrespectful as hell. After we see that poster, we just tear it up and move on. We finally make our way through the weapon woods and speak with Annie, an avocado, and she tells us that up ahead there's a rare plant for us to check. So we go there. And then we water the plant with our watering can, and now we got the soil sword. With this we'll be able to cut through the grass and progress with the story. Now, as we make our way back, we talk again with the blueberry, and well, all of this happens.
Holy crap, did you just kill Jerry? Wait, bro, is there some money over there? Rent money. Jerry is going to pay his rent. We just killed Jerry. He was defenseless, why? Bro, since he's dead, take his check for... Memo, sorry you're dead. Holy shit.
We make our way to Layer Lane, into the Bustling Barn, where we meet Slay Queen 32, the best fork fight player in Veggieville. She tells us how she can't stream due to pigs making too much noise. Now, as a fellow streamer myself, by the way, go follow me on twitch.tv/master/off/defense/pt for more gaming streams and also my other socials. Link in the description. I just can't let the pigs ruin her streaming career, so we need to help her. But she'll only let us in the bustling barn if we got tier 3 sub. Now how do we get the tier 3 sub? If you leave the barn and speak with the burn in the later line, he'll make you a tier 3 sandwich. And now with the tier 3 sandwich, we give it to Slay Queen 32. She gives us her autograph, which we rip off. And now we can go inside the barn. After walking through all of the barn and all of the puzzles, we finally meet the boss, the King Pig. The gimmick for this boss is that he'll charge you, and all you have to do is dodge and attack him while stunned. After some time, the King Pig goes down.
We defeated the King Pig. There's no phase 2, right? No. Oh. It turned into bacon and it disappears. Wait, what? I can't catch it. Oh. Heart fruit. This fruit gives you.
We also picked up the fertilizer, something that the mayor had also asked us to pick up, so we go speak with him again. We meet up with Mayor Onion. Whenever we give him the fertilizer, he gives us another task. This time is to get him a fork. Now where do we find this fork? The mayor tells us that south of Veggieville, there's a forsaken farmhouse there. And there's one fork inside, and now we have to go and get it. We make our way south, where we find some NPCs, and also this. We locate the farmhouse, but there's a problem. The steps to get into are broken. Now how do we fix this? Well, if you search around the farmhouse in the area, and if you investigate the trash can that is next to the farmhouse, you'll find a baby carrot. Now, what exactly are you going to do with this baby carrot? Well, if you remember, there was a carrot in the weapon woods that lost the baby carrot. Yeah, we travel back to those woods again and speak with her. She thanks us for finding the baby carrot, and in return she gives us a stool. Now with the stool, we can enter the farmhouse. As we enter the farmhouse, we destroy some walls, and then we meet Deb. Now Deb is pissed that we went and destroyed his fortifications, so now we have to help him and do some quests. What are the quests? Well, there's 3 quests. The first one, we need to get medical supplies. The second one, we need to activate the generator. And the third one, we need to find a missing child. We also meet the Pickled Gang. I'm pretty sure they're nothing too important, right? Either way, we picked up the medical supplies first, and as a reward, we get the key that unlocks a room where we get the mitten gloves. Now, what do we do with those mitten gloves? Well, they'll help us move around the watermelons to access new rooms. In one of those rooms, you'll find the missing child. As a reward, we get again another key that will lead us to the boss room, the Rotten Cat Apple. Now this boss will attack by rolling around the room. How do you attack him? Well, after he rolls around for some time, he'll then stop and rest. You need to attack him while he recovers. Oh, and he also can spawn some worms. But those are easy, and the boss goes down easily.
And it's sunny. Okay.
We get another heart, turn on the generator, and then talk to Deb. Where as a reward, he gives us the fork that we were looking for. So now let's go back and talk to Mayor Onion. He'll tell us about our new task, which is to get the goop in the Forgotten Forest that Annie, that avocado, has been talking about recently. We go there and meet with Annie, where she tells us to meet up with her in a research facility to learn more. We meet up with her, and she talks about how she investigates the forests, and now we, as her assistant, need to help her by going north to go to a mural. Okay. We go north, and how do we go past these fences? Well, now there's a new type of plant. If we water these plants, a portal will actually appear from one side to another, and so we can teleport and go through the fences. We explore, and suddenly we get trapped with the stag that starts attacking us. The stag will charge at you, so just dodge and attack it. After some attacking, the stag will run away, and a new door will open, where we get the mural doodle, with some sort of mushroom? We go back to Annie, and now we get the key and need to head south to find an ancient turnip patch. Well, let's go and meet our family. We head south, and after exploring we find a turnip, but this turnip doesn't have a face at all. Okay. We go through another door, and then we find the stag again, but the stag is now huge? Okay. It's the same fight, so eventually the stag runs away. Another door, we also get the portal. Yes, now you see those plants, those new plants with the portal? Now we also have a portal for ourselves. We go back to Annie, and she questions why this turnip isn't like us. She then gives us a key and says that the answers that we need are west of here. On our way, we meet some acorn, but they seem to be confused about where they are. Well, we move on, and now it's a boss fight. We find the stag drinking some radioactive water, and he transforms into a radioactive stag. The boss fight is the same, so eventually it goes down.
Okay, done. Another health bar.
After the boss fight, we find the green goop, and as we walk, you can notice that Turnip Boy is glowing green. Strange. We go back to Annie, and she tells us that she needs to report this to Mayor Onion. We also need to go back and report to him, so that's what we do. We talk to Mayor Onion, where he tells us that our next task is to get a laser pointer, and that we can find one in the strange hatch in the weapon woods, and to meet up there with the IRS. When you meet up with the IRS, they will tell you that they need a tool to open the hatch, and maybe Tots at the graveyard has one. We find Tots, and he says that for us to get his help, we need to work for him and find a rich person's camp. Now, to find a rich person, you need to speak with the pumpkins in the center of the map, where it'll give you a clue. Follow the correct path, and you go to another area. Pick the wrong path, and you go right to the beginning. For the first puzzle, it says to go where the tree rots, so you go north. For the second puzzle, I actually kind of ignore him and just randomly went west and got it right. For the third part of the puzzle, the pumpkin says to find the truth where it's yellow. Up north you'll find some yellow flowers, so just go there. For the fourth puzzle, it says to be right and you need to get out of his sight, so pick the east path. For the final puzzle, there are now multiple pumpkins, where we need to find the pumpkin that is telling the truth. The other pumpkins are either lying about the direction we need to go, or who's telling the truth or lying. For this last part, go north. When you go north, you'll find the camp of that rich person. Dig it and you'll find a gold shovel. Tots will take it, and as a reward he'll give you his old shovel. Now we go back to the hatch and open it to enter the bomb bunker. In this bunker there's a shadow, or a pair of shadows that run with us. We also see some lore on this game about how a bomb was dropped and tax day was postponed. Now there is a new type of plant where if you water the plant, it will start burning. Eventually we also find while exploring the hazmat suit so we don't get burned anymore. After exploring, we find the boss of this area, Liz. Now who is Liz? Well, Liz is actually a girl from a family that we hear throughout the game. In the farmhouse, there is actually some notes talking about how she had a brother called Matt that died on a war. With this bomb dropping, she and her family stayed in this bunker for a large period of time. Because we are going green, she came back to life and now she'll attack us. This for me was the hardest boss of the game. Liz will pull you slowly and create a pool of radiation that can hurt you. She'll also spawn a hand that will try to crush you. The only time that I died was actually due to this boss, but on the second try, I beat it.
Let's go. Let's go.
On the next room, we find a laser pointer. Now with the laser pointer, let's go back to Mayor Onion. When we speak with Mayor Onion, it will now reveal that we have been fooled this entire time. And that we don't even know it's under our house, and that the old man Lemon won't help us. If we speak to the old man Lemon, he'll tell us that our father, Don Turnipshino, Mayor Onion and him were all mobsters. That Mayor Onion got filled with greed and formed the government and turned his back on them. He also tells us to go and find them using his secret hatchet behind the tree. While exploring, we also find a note from our father telling us to be careful of Mayor Onion and to rip this letter, otherwise the IRS will find it. Eventually, we find Mayor Onion, and now it's boss fight. Mayor Onion will use the weapons that we collected throughout the game, like the fork or the laser pointer. This is actually an easy boss fight, and he goes down easy. With him going down, the game is over.
Let's go. How could this happen? I was arrested by the son of my rival. He might have hit me, but my government will live on through the documents you missed. Damn. You committed tax evasion. Bro, Souls-like games will be awesome judging from this. Now damn, homeowner. That's it?
Well, with Mayor Onion done, the Turnip Boy Journey has been completed. Hello everyone, this is Master after editing this video. Now this is actually my first fully edited video that I'm going to release on YouTube. So there are bound to be some mistakes, some voiceovers that just weren't that good, or something that I missed. If you happen to be one of the few people that will actually see this video, make sure to drop a comment. Well, just tell me what went wrong, what you didn't like, what should have probably have been in the video but wasn't, you know, that sort of stuff. I'm still editing the Silent Hill F video and the Final Fantasy X Platinum Journey video, so make sure to wait. I'm also streaming currently Zelda on Twitch and also on YouTube, so make sure to watch it. Editing a video was actually quite funny. I enjoyed it. This was actually an easy video to make. I just needed what? One fully, like 2 full days? If it wasn't even 2 days, I thought it was like 1.5. It was an hour and a half of footage, and this is my first project, so I'm gonna take a while. This video probably won't even be 20 minutes, so either way, I just want to say thank you for watching. This is my first video, so I hope you'll stay. Make sure to comment and make sure to subscribe if you want. With that, the game is done and I'm leaving. Goodbye everyone.